All right, so just finishing up the last couple sets for the day here. I got a few more to check here, but I can do that in the dark. So anyway, coming down this road here, you can see it's right where my truck's sitting on. This is just the old trail through the woods. But anyway, I got this nice small game trail there. That's not a deer trail. That's a small game trail, and it goes down on through. So anyway, I saw it coming in, set it on the way out. It drops off right there. So I stuck a 220 right there. That rusty old 220, it just blends right in. I really don't cover them up too much like this because they're just hauling down the trail. But then you can see the trail comes right here, kind of necks down. If I really wanted to put 3 sets on this trail, I could, but I think 2 will be sufficient. So crosses the road here, you can see small game trail, and then I came down here on the other side of the road and then stuck a dog proof right there, right in the middle of it. So anyway, we got that sucker guarded from both ways. I'd say we're gonna catch something pretty quick on that one. That's gonna be a pretty good set. So anyway, kind of splitting down through this road area, down through this timber. So all right, y'all, we're gonna go check some sets. It's gonna get dark here in a minute, but anyway, check back with you. All right, so coming up to these 2 sets, these were 2 sets I had on each side of this road. Does not look like the dog proof was touched, and the 220's gone. Oh boy. Look at the size of that guy. Man, that's big old coon there. So there we go. Big old coon 220. There's my stabilizer, you can see right there. All right, so here we go. Now I want to see, because I know what side I put my wire on. Let's get that coon drug up here, and we'll see if he bypassed that dog proof or if he was coming this way. That's a telltale sign. Let's see here. That coon did exactly what I wanted him to do. He rolled off, but let's drag him up here and see. And that is a toad there. So big male. That is a big old coon, man. He got the best of color, but man, he got a good hide. All right, so let's see now. My wire was on this side. You can see here, just a perfect catch. I mean, that is how you want to catch a coon, right? Right behind the ears, right underneath the skull. That thing did not last long at all. That is where you want to catch them, right? And I think personally, to me, that comes with setting that trap the right height off the ground. You guys saw I fold my 220s down, so it looks like it's taller than it needs to be, but man, I mean, that's a perfect catch. So now here's the interesting thing now. So that trap was set like that right there with the wire on it. So that coon either come down that road or he completely bypassed up my dog proof. So that is why I say the dog proof is not always the king, right? We'd have missed that coon. Now, he may have came down this road and turned in. He very well could have done that. I doubt it though. I really bet that coon was coming right down the trail. I bet he wasn't interested in the food. You know, we're getting in that kind of funny part of the year where these coons, they're not eating like they were because they've already got fattened up, right? Until it gets real cold. At least in my opinion, there's this kind of funny part of the year where bait doesn't always work. So right there, that's a big old chunk of a coon. And like I said, I would bet money on it that he walked right by that dog proof, and we wouldn't have had this coon here had we not set this 220. So anyway, let's get this thing reset. you know, I think coons, they just sometimes they just don't eat. And you'll have those days. So, all right, there we go. I got big boy out of the trap. Let's set him right there. So right here's my trap. And we're gonna go ahead and put that 220 right where it was again. I'll pull this Statalizer right here. Pull it out. And like I said, don't have any real as far as triggers and all that. I used to play around with that quite a bit, and anymore I just V them out and I just go with it. Put this Statalizer on here. There we go. Put that right there. I always run it down that way, but I always forget, or I always remember to have my safeties off. So, like I said, there we go. That's the distance off the ground. Find that old hold back right there. Set this aside. Like I said, we're gonna build this up just a little bit. You guys saw I did not cover that trap completely up yesterday. I didn't cover it, you know, the top of it, and I didn't, you know, really blend it in. You know, it's situational, I think, is how I would put that. If you're in real heavy grass, where you really need to blend that trap in, I think it's more important. But I mean, you can see the trail right here. You can see all these little sticks and everything else that they're pushing through. Pushing over that 220 is nothing different than anything else. I mean, it's just all these little twigs and stuff that these critters are having to move through anyway. Right there's your view of it. You know, bumping that 220, you can kind of have them exposed. You know, like I said, if I was trapping in real deep grass, a funnel sometimes, I mean, it's all kind of situational. But yeah, out here in the timber, you guys can see what I'm trapping in here. Big thick timber, you really don't need it. So that is a tank. That is a tank. So anyway, we're going to get this guy hauled up to the truck again. I got a few more sets left to check, but yeah, look at that. 2 coons in this one location, about 50 yards apart, and no bait was needed. Something to think about. All right, y'all, so there you have it. Like I said, this is not me trying to play any tricks on you. This is the same bait that I use every day, use for years. I've got thousands of coons on, right? You know, it's just one of those deals where sometimes they just won't eat. And if you have those trail sets in, well, you'll still get them. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it gives you something to think about. And like I said, anything you do, keep trapping. That's what we want. All right, y'all. As always, appreciate the view. See you on the next one.